Why, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Misscliks D&D Seaborn. How are you all doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm all warmed up, Neil.
Yeah.
I'm all raring to go.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well,
I just played 2 hours of D&D. Now I'm gonna play 3 more.
Nice. How did that go, by the way? Can you talk a little bit about that? I know you've been doing who are you playing D&D with lately?
So I was just on this. I'm moving my hands a lot. It's nice.
Yeah, I will move my hands with you.
I like to. Yeah. I was just on the Wizards of the Coast official stream.
Awesome.
They have dice camera action every Tuesday right before this now. And I brought back Evelyn the Paladin, who was actually born on this channel. You may know her from Misscliks D&D Outbreak. And she lived a very short and beautiful life on Outbreak. And I feel like, and a lot of people told me they felt like she didn't really get enough of her time in the sun. And so I brought her back, and now she's playing in The Curse of Strahd. And so she's surrounded by darkness, and she's, talking about the light all the time. So that was really fun. I'm super jazzed, and I've been like all sunny little Evelyn this whole last few hours, and now I have to go to Maribel, which is really fun too, because now she's like, I do not understand this cheerfulness. And that's going to be really, really fun.
Nice.
Yeah. How are you guys?
Pretty good. I've been coming down with a bit of a cold and starting to lose my voice, which I hope holds through the rest of the show today. But if at some point I start whispering, it's not a dramatic effect.
That's fine, Neil.
I'll take it as dramatic effect.
be confused, audience.
Yes. How about the rest of you guys?
Been doing well.
Did you change your hair?
Me?
It's darker.
I did. Thank you for noticing. My
Looks very nice.
hair. It is darker than normal. It has not been washed in about a week, so it's
That's healthy. It's good for you.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. The natural oils have been penetrating, and
Really good.
I have very healthy hair. Thank you.
I put a pink streak in my hair.
That's so cute. Are you
It's kinda
kidding?
fun.
That's amazing. I love it.
A real one?
It is not a fake one.
It is clipped on or not?
Oh no, it's on my actual hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because your answer could have still led to,
Yeah.
like it is
I
made
have-
out of real hair.
It's a fair question because I have put clip-in fake ones in my hair a lot before.
Yeah.
Well, I have fake hair in, for sure. It's not pink, but it's also not my real hair.
Trump and Neil, do you guys have fake hair too?
I'm all natural, boys.
Whoa!
And Neil's all fake.
I wear Donald Trump style wigs. That's where I'm going.
Couldn't have told. Just
I
like
know.
Donald. Donald Trump.
So let's recap where.
You're Donald Trumpets. Just
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Mayor Donaldo Trumpet.
Can you make her a little bit more like Donald Trump from now on?
I was trying a little bit, but I'll work on it. We'll get to some interstate violence or intrastate violence soon. But speaking of which, what happened last week?
Not last week, 3 weeks ago.
What happened last session?
Well,
Who wants the XP bump?
I always want the XP, but I can let someone try.
Should give Albert more XP. It's like 3 weeks ago.
Ching, 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 ching.
All right, Albert, you're multi-classed anyway. You
Wait
need it
a
more
sec,
than the
I
rest
need
of the
to put on my
population.
headset because I just realized I might be doing reverb action on our live stream.
huh?
Huh?
Because I was listening from my speakers
Oh.
and I didn't realize it until now.
I'm not hearing it, so stream probably isn't hearing it.
Let's just be safe. I have my headsets now. Okay. Let me see my notes. I always have notes. Okay. So what did we do last time?
I feel like
We started off with elections. There was elections, and Mayor Trumpet was very unhappy. However, as we were doing the re-elections, we also happened to have a dog face. Gloppy, right? No.
Gloppy's the shaman.
Dogface was in our city. He came to visit, and then he was like, "Come, I found Gloppy." And then we're like, okay, we're following you. So we kind of diverged our attention into that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were going to capture Gloppy. Somehow we made a big recap about all the money we had. It got a little bit confused. I think we were looking into giving some stuff to the dragon, and we were like reevaluating our goods.
Mm-hmm.
And the possibility of feeding Gloppy to the dragon as well, which came into play. And we did give a lot of shit to the dragon. A lot. We ended up going to the dragon, giving him Gloppy, giving him a bunch of gold and copper and silver, which turned out really well because we were a little bit nervous about the copper. And he didn't mind. A big pile of money seems to go by really fine. So that's a big learning for us. We did learn that the assistant mage secret word for the light stick is irrental, which I noted. But just me learned it by reading her lips. And now our big quest by the dragon, which was the end of the episode, is that we have 2 weeks to find a maiden, and this is very freaking controversial within our party. Are we going to a maiden? Are we doing something else? We're not so sure yet. We're supposed to figure it out today. Somehow I have to learn comprehend languages for tomorrow morning. Currently, I noted that. And the mermaids have warned us about more black holes. They marked a spot on the map. It's coming all around us. It's going terrible. There's more mermaids. There's something associated with the crabs. They're coming into more numbers. We are threatened. What are we gonna do?
Bam.
Well done.
All right. Mark down 100 experience right now.
Way to go, Jen.
I'm a completionist.
So I think we ended at nighttime, and we wake up the next morning with Jen memorizing comprehend languages.
And also, Jen, chat is saying that your mic is really low compared to the rest of ours. So if you can pull your mic closer to you, that would be great.
I'm doing it. Okay.
So, you guys all wake up the next morning. The arguments from the previous night still kind of burning in your veins. The party's pretty divided on what to do and where to go. But, luckily, you still have at least one thing you all agree on. These damn portals and the mermaids.
The damn portals and the mermaids. Ugh,
Mhm.
damn them.
And the maidens.
And the maidens.
I have stayed up much of the night contemplating this maiden's question.
And what have you come up with, dear Minot? No, you're not a Minotaur. Dear creature that I respect very much, says my character.
I give her a squint, but I choose to ignore it. And I say, I find I do not much understand the concept of maiden. I do not understand what is being asked for here. I understand perhaps that he means female human, correct?
As far as I understood, what he really said he wanted precisely is a maiden that is untouched sexually.
Yeah, I don't even think it has to be human at all. Kind of staring at
That
Marva.
is correct. He never said human, but if I had to guess, the safest bet would be a virgin female. Human.
How would someone such as the Great Brimstone, the Fire Incarnate, recognize the difference between said humans, whether they were, as you said, touched or not?
Exactly.
They probably taste different.
I don't think they taste different, if I'm being objective here, based on my high intelligence, but I could say that if the girl had, let's say, an innocent look, even if she got touched, she probably would pass as an innocent virgin.
Why?
Maybe a little bit of a prudish attitude could cut it.
For what reason would someone such as the Great Brimstone, the Fire Incarnate, prefer a sexually untouched female?
Again, this is just a guess, but going from all the stories I've heard over the times, they tend to taste better.
I
To
don't think
dragons.
they taste better. I think it's something truly evil. Only a true other evil person could understand. The thing is,
Allow me to.
you know, being untouched means that the girl didn't really live her life. She's probably younger, you know, unexperienced, pure. He's looking for the opposite of him.
Let me, if I may, posit a hypothetical. If a woman has never gone swimming, is she therefore more pure than a woman who has gone swimming?
Well, she has less experience in the world, that's for sure.
So perhaps we could look for women who have never done any other thing. And perhaps
Yeah,
they
that
might
would
be maidens as well.
I would think that would qualify for the dragon. I would think the younger is probably the way he wants it.
For example, I look for a townsperson. Are there any around?
Yep. Lots of townspeople around.
Is there a female townsperson?
There is.
I walk up to her and I say, is there anything that you have never done?
Yes. Yes. Is this a trick?
What? No tricks. Research. What is said thing that you have never done, or said things?
Just list one. We don't need the full list, honestly.
I've never eaten kobold, but I've always wanted to.
Ah, so this is a kobold eating.
I
meat.
like how you're thinking. I wink at her.
She kind of lowers her head in a little bit of fear, maybe shame. You're not sure.
Thank you. I appreciate your help with this research effort.
Did the wink reassure her somewhat?
I think the whole situation has weirded her out, and she scurries off.
Okay. Okay, continue.
So, do I then understand correctly the concept of maiden? I do not understand the difference between exploits of physical or emotional or sporting. I do not understand how we would determine between those, but I do understand.
I think I understand what you don't understand. And I think I'm going to try to explain what I would perceive the dragon wants. He wants I think he craves the opposite of him. He is evil. He therefore craves something pure and good. So the better-willed the person is probably the more desired it is upon him. And I think he went by a stereotype by assuming that a virgin lady would be that person.
Well, I do not wish to lie to Brimstone the Fire Incarnate. So
I mean,
as this discussion continues,
lying, hiding the truth. There's a lot of ways to interpret it, dear.
You see a few of the mermaids pop up on the beach. 3 females and 2 males.
I point at them and I say, walking maidens. And what do they say? Do they do anything?
They're just standing on the beach looking very expectantly at you guys.
I do the thing.
And let me just remind you that our allies are not meals.
I agree. I think our alliance with the mermaid people is important at the moment.
I shrug.
Okay. One of them scampers up to you, kind of flops its way onto the beach, close enough to touch you. And says, the portals. There's 5 of them. Yes, 5.
I turn around to everyone. I'm like, as a quick catch up to the crew.
Our scouts have noticed a diminishing number of crab monsters coming through them.
And then I turn back to the crew and I go.
I yell, can you not speak to us in our language?
I go.
I nod.
Okay.
Did you have too much to drink today? Yesterday night, Albert?
It was a good night. Anyway, let me talk to the merman.
It looks at you and blinks. I'm not sure what you're expecting from us right now. Did you want to see them again? We can lead you to the one nearest here.
And then I go.
Ooh. We can scout ahead and see how many of the vicious crimson creatures are down there.
Then I go. Beat him. And then.
Yes, we were certainly capable of taking out one or two with ease. Now, if I understand your... Well, I don't. What are your desire with these things? We've already tried sticking whale bones in, and they, when we pulled them out, they were severed. You don't actually want to try and go through, do you?
And then I go.
I didn't get that one at all. You want to roll into a ball? You want to be a crab? Crabmen. You want to be a hermit crab?
Okay.
She looks to the other.
Okay, I go like this.
You want to grow? Get bigger?
I'm like, come over here, Maribel. I am impersonating a portal. I need you to be the crab that comes out of it.
I walk over stoically, like very straight laced, and I look at the little hole, and then I go like this through it.
As a crab, Maribel. As a crab like this. Yeah.
The crab goes through the hands. Oh, the hands are the hole, the portal. You're saying the crabs come through, and so we must be able to go out the other side as well. We've wondered similar things, but why is it that the whale bones are severed when we put them in and take them out? Our matriarch has hypothesized that perhaps you must transfer all the way through the portal, and if you only make it part way, you're split into two halves. We've not been brave enough to try.
And then I go. And then I'm like, the portal! Make the portal! Make the hole!
Maribel.
I wander over at this
Maribel.
point. I'm like,
I asked someone to do the hole because I don't
yeah,
have
I use my whole body like make a
thank you.
giant hole.
And then I make the tiny finger to represent possibly a bone. Or I take a branch. If there's a branch or a similar
Sure, you
thing
find
to the
something
bone,
nearby, yeah.
because I'm going to assume I have a tiny hand anyway, so it kind of looks like a bone, like my actual finger.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put the tiny bone through the portal completely.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go,
You're welcome to try. We will take you there and go through with you. If you can go through and come back, we can even go through with you and take you wherever it needs to be on the other side. If this is our way home, we would love it. Your waters here are oddly warm, and the scent of blood is strong in them.
Then I do the sign for. Damn it! You can't see with my camera. I'm pretty sure we have a sign for tomorrow morning with the sun. Like I probably point at the sun going down and then the sun again.
Okay.
There's no sun in my place, so it's very complicated. I was trying to mimic a sun, but I mean, this is the.
All right. Eventually, you get the point across that you want to do this tomorrow.
Let's meet up and reconvene.
They nod. She nods and says, "We will have as many soldiers here as we can. Unfortunately, we are still shy on weapons, but we have managed to fashion a few new ones.
We did give some to them the day before, right?
Yeah, you've given them some weapons, but
Yeah.
not enough for their population.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Your spell expires and they depart.
Well, isn't that exciting? At least I mimed to you guys like a third of the conversation, which is clearly useful. I recap what we just said exactly. I'm not hiding anything. Blah, blah, blah. And I kind of summarize it like this. Blah, blah, blah. Mermaids, black holes. So many people. Crabs are retreating. They're diminishing. We probably should investigate now. We have an opportunity tomorrow. Whalebones, if they don't go through completely, they break off. If they go through completely, we don't know. Crabmen, if they go through completely, they die. They either die or go to another area or dimension. Mermaids want to go home. We'd love for them to depart so we'd have our space. Ideally, keep up the relationship somehow. We need a maiden. And not a crystal one.
I scratch my head and I say, I understand all of this except the connection between the mermaids and the maidens.
We need to feed the dragon. We have 2 weeks and I'm still worried about that, honestly.
But this is a separate issue from the mermaids.
Totally, but I just like to keep everybody in check about this particular issue. I mean, if we don't find anybody, honestly, at this point, I wouldn't wait more than 2 weeks and I would feed someone from the village. Like,
Well,
You know what we could do?
I wouldn't play with fire, and by fire I mean brimstone.
Brimstone the fire incarnate.
Fire incarnate.
Right.
It's like the fun fest here today.
Remind me, how many people do we have in town? Civilians, I mean.
Your town population is currently at an all-time low of 144 people, including 2 children. That's it.
We could. This is our big chance. Instead of feeding Brimstone and going through his whims, we feared that he would chase us wherever, but there's one place where he cannot chase us, which is through the portal.
You want to move?
I'm
this
sure in
to
2
the
weeks we can get
portal?
the entire population of 150 through the portal
We won't be
with
able
the help
to,
of the mermaid.
Do you realize how complicated it is to reestablish ourselves onto a new land? Like, have you not seen the mermaids and their struggle? You want to go through that?
I hold up one finger. I believe we have addressed this issue before, and the reason that we never went through the portals is that we cannot breathe underwater. We also, when we can breathe underwater, can only breathe at very brief times. So getting through the portal, checking what's on the other side, coming back out, and coming back up to the surface is our main challenge in this, not whether or not we should go through the portal for our own safety.
No, that solution is simple. We already have at least 4 minutes, and with the merfolk swimming us, I'm sure they can swim very quickly. And once we've established that it's safe, they can do all the heavy lifting for us.
Well, all right, if you think it'll work. I say we should check this off our list.
You do realize that we have low communication powers with the mermaids. Like, telling us, by the way, miming them, by the way, could you please move our entire village up to the other side and help us establish ourselves? It's probably going to be a tough time for me. If you want to do miming lessons, by all means.
I have full confidence that once we have made the passage ourselves with some merfolk, that they will get the point.
Sure.
And besides, like I've said, if we're looking for an exotic woman, no better way to do so than through the portal.
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna make a deal with you here today. If we do not find a woman within a week and a half, someone from this village is gonna be sacrificed to the brimstone. Someone who looks very innocent and pure. Not necessarily a virgin. I'm still looking at Maribel.
I am sorry, but I like to compartmentalize and stay on track. I feel confused by our lack of ability to make a decision. You want to go through the portal, yes?
Not me first, but yes.
Who do you choose to go first?
Bruno, since he's so motivated to go.
Bruno is a fine choice. Now we must address the problem of how to help Bruno breathe and how to communicate this plan to the mermaids.
Well, we don't really need the plan of moving. We just need the plan of going through the portal, and they already got that part. And
But what about the breathing underwater part?
They know we don't breathe for too long. I mimed it the last time. They know it's about 4 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
That we're terrible at underwater.
I say, all right, let's go. And I start walking toward the beach with
It's
like
tomorrow.
I grab, oh,
I mean,
All right.
I figured we might need some preparation, proper spells, say the agreement of the city, maybe find a maiden for a day.
is Bruno going by himself?
Well, my spell can be cast on all four of us. So I feel like we can all go together.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
I think I'd rather have someone go through the portal, come back, tell us it's safe, and then go through the portal as a group. It seems pretty crazy to sacrifice, the sheriffhood of our... Not sheriffhood, what are we? We're the sheriffs? We're the policemen? We're the...
We are some sort of,
The
what
council?
was our militia called? We had like a,
Militia, the Fab Four.
no, I was like Maribel's Marauders or something like that.
Yes, Maribel's Marauders was
Yeah.
All right. It seems.
Well,
foolish
the
to
crabmen made it
sacrifice-
through that just fine, so I feel completely safe going through it. Now,
Right.
whether or not I
Those
understand it's a
who-
risk, so those of you who are not as adventurous are free to stay on the other side. I know that the merfolk are scared to do so, so I understand if you are as well.
You know what? I'm all good with staying on the other side.
I think we should accompany Bruno until the portal. Let him go.
Yeah. I would totally go up to him, let him cross the portal, wait for him to get back. If any of you want to go along, I'll just keep the ship. It's all good. I'll take care of the ship.
All right, now that is settled, I believe you wanted to talk about feeding Brimstone the Fire Incarnate.
Ah, yes. We need to find a maiden. Another crystal one. I'm never.
I have heard you say this before. I do not understand it, though I am sure it means something.
He wants a maiden made out of
Flesh, not crystal.
flesh. Yeah, that's the word. Flesh.
This is reasonable.
Fresh flesh.
Bruno suggested we find a maiden on the other side of the portal.
But I wanted a backup solution.
Fine. I do a quick recollection of my memory. Does anyone in town kind of fit that criteria as an innocent-looking woman?
Sure. Yeah.
We can use that kobold-eating maiden I found.
That one's a little bit too pudgy for Brimstone's taste, I'm sure.
Does he also have requirements about the size of said maiden? I was not aware of these.
No. I think it's about the purity.
Yeah, Brimstone sounds like a fucking shitlord.
We're looking for the opposite of brimstone. Someone pure, healthy, happy, fun and everything.
How is a human made pure or impure?
As you say this, the sole
I'm
remaining
talking about a
child
person.
walks across. The sole remaining female kid
There's
runs
that
across, chasing
too.
after the little boy.
Definitely
They're about
pure.
9 years old each.
Well, that one for sure is pure.
I do not
That's a
understand.
little young to be a maiden.
I'm sure
I am so
it's,
confused by. I get very frustrated. I'm like, I do not understand this maiden or purity, and I walk away.
Okay. Do you guys have anything else you want to do this day for?
You see, it's quite simple. We just need someone that looks like Albert, except is female.
Now you like me. Oh, like Algrund. Oh yeah, for sure.
What does Algren look like that we want to make it look like that?
Yeah, Algren's like a little dwarf.
I was more of pointing out the slender, pretty face of Albert.
Oh, like me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would bet he would love a female elf.
Hmm.
I think he is looking for something fragile, the stereotype of the fair maiden.
Exactly.
Someone who'll scream while he eats them. Someone who'll cry while he kills their children. And then I go on about a very evil rant that really well characterizes my character that I'm feeling. Yep.
Nice.
I've stormed out confusion.
While we're not planning on spending the day doing anything, though, I do have one cast of Lasting Breath prepared. If we want to clear out the place near the portal.
What else do we have to do? Don't we have things to do?
What's your
Do we?
HP at? Is everyone at full?
Are we all at full?
Mine's at, yeah.
I am not at full.
Aha! See, we have something to do. That's why we're not going in today.
All right. Well, I've got some spells I can use.
I wander over and I say, thank you. I could
Hey,
use.
Maribel. Oh, you're very welcome. Let me use some spells on you. All right. Let me take them in. Let me summon my courage. I'm gonna go ahead and use a Cure Light Wounds on Maribel. Maribel, how are you feeling?
You could say that I'm feeling almost 2/3 myself.
Is that what you would say? All right.
Mm.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and perform a Cure Light Wounds on you.
Ah, that feels nice.
Does it? Good. Sorry, what do I want to roll for that?
D8? Ah, 6.
That feels nice.
Oh, does it? Good.
I always love the PCs trying to explain how much HP they have to one another and well, do I need another healing spell? Yes, I feel my HP is one short sword away from death. Any other healing? Any other spells that need to be cast?
I cannot, on this computer, I can't notate my stuff on my character sheet. So I apologize in advance.
Oh no.
Do you feel fully functional, Maribel, now?
No, not quite. I feel too. Well, I'm 34 out of 42.
Okay. So what? I use a Cure Light Wounds, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm just gonna write it down.
And how do you feel? How do you feel after that?
About how much?
Well, I rolled a 6.
Another 6?
No, no, no. This is the same 6 from before.
Oh, that's what it. I'm 34 out of 42 from that 6.
Do you need another?
I could use another. Yes, thank you.
Maribel. All right. Maribel, I've cured you once, but I can sense, because I'm an empath, you see. I can tell you're not doing well, so I'm going to go ahead and use another Cure Light Wounds on you.
You are quite perceptive. Thank you.
Well, thank you. That's what I'm known for.
What's your perception score? Oh no.
Well, I feel slightly better. Thank you.
Do you have anything stronger with a little bit more of a kick?
Unfortunately, no. That's the best I can do.
Don't you have cure moderate wounds as well?
I do, but
But she's holding out on us.
yeah. All right.
Unless anyone else could use some help.
I'm good. Well, I'm a 7.5 out of 7.5 good. Let's say
You have
it was on
0.5?
a scale from 1 to 7.5.
How do you have 0.5 health?
Because I'm a multi-class, so I get half HPs apparently.
Don't you round down?
Yes.
That happens? Or up?
So I
Yes,
guess I would go down at 7, but I still have a 0.5 for the future.
You have the equivalent of, you don't count the 0.5 ever. It's just there to help remind you how much HP you.
Oh.
It's just like it's for the
For the math.
Yeah, for the math. For every time you level up, you just add the
0.5
remaining 0.5.
together.
Yeah.
If I get another 0.5, then I'll get a full point.
Right.
Okay. We do maths. Misscliks
Okay.
maths.
Well, I feel well enough.
Good. Great.
And I grow impatient.
Well, do you have anything else we need to do before tomorrow?
These endless to-do lists strike me as wasteful.
You have all the gear you need. Everybody fully equipped. You got some nets. Can we get more nets? Nets are glorious.
I lay
Oh,
down in
any
the
of us know
sand.
how to use those nets.
I mean, you just use your normal attack hit.
The way I see it, it's very simple. We have Maribel swim towards the enemy and then slice them up.
Which enemy are we talking about now?
But for someone
Any.
such as you, who wields ranged weapons, I feel a net would be the best way to get a good grip on your foes.
Maribel starts falling asleep standing up.
Let's go see if the town, the city has some more nets.
Do you have some general notation on how nets work, Neil? I wouldn't know how they work at all.
So a net like the one Jen's talking about is folded properly. You have to have like a proper net for this, not just any net. It's got little hooks on it, and then you toss it on your enemy. If it hits them, it can bind their weapons or bind them. If you try and like grab their weapon with it, you can target that, or if you just try and grab them, you can grab them, and then you pull it towards you and wrap them up in it. So in practice, it's just a series of attack rolls and strength checks. You kind of need a net proficiency to use it. You can use one without the net proficiency, but it's just kind of, it's rough. Yeah, your chances are a lot lower.
Well, Albert, I'm afraid that I'm neither a fisherman or well-versed in nets,
We could
nor
give
am I
them
very
to-
strong.
We could give them to the mermaids. They're good with this. If we have nets, I believe the best use for them is with the mermaids in our adventure that's coming up tomorrow. Let's go to the shop and see if there's any. Knock, knock, knock.
Okay.
Shopkeeper. Shopkeeper.
Probably not the shop as much as the armory.
Sure.
As the sheriff, do I know how many nets are in town?
There are not really any of these military type nets lying around. This is a fishing village. Lots of fishing nets.
Oh, that's too bad. Alright. Never mind this glorious idea. Let's just go to bed early and drink a little bit.
Sure, we've had a pretty long day. We've had a pretty long series of days. I understand if you want to take one easy.
How about we bring a little kobold to go through the portal first, just to be safe?
You're gonna take Dogface. You're gonna put him through the portal, aren't you?
King of the other.
You're gonna
portal,
try and
right?
murder Dogface. I can't believe you.
Those kobolds are also our allies. I wouldn't feel right making them do it. I volunteer for the task.
Alright. Fine by me. Staying on the boat. Where all my feet and limbs are attached to my body. Let's go! Skip to tomorrow.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. The evening comes.
Before skipping to tomorrow, I make an offhand comment to Algren. Hey, since you get your spells back in the morning, don't you think you want to? I can still see that Maribel's got a wound on her. Don't you think you can spare something for her?
Yeah, sure.
You are so kind.
Thank you. That's what I try to do. You know. Yeah,
Although
all
it
right.
doesn't make the most strategical sense to heal your strongest warrior, but I suppose that is the thing.
I think you are the strongest warrior, so let me go ahead and do a cure moderate wounds. Which I'm sorry, Neil. What would I
D10
cast?
plus 1.
What does it look like when she casts Cure Moderate Wounds?
It looks like. Whew! Looks like that.
Does anything like glow or anything like that?
A soft blue light emanates from her hand and encompasses your body where she rests it. You get a slight warm, tingly.
I look at her like this while she does that. Nice. I feel 100%.
Do you feel good?
I feel strong and mighty.
I'm glad, Maribel, because.
I snort with happiness.
Oh, Maribel. Maribel.
What?
I'm very happy. That's all. I just want you to know I'm very happy for you.
I appreciate your happiness.
You're welcome.
One last thing before we go to bed. I thought about it, and I feel that it would be wise to plan what happens once Bruno goes through. What's the exact plan, and which type of items might he need? For example, something to throw back at us to confirm that he's good to go. For
This is a good idea.
example, something to help him float up very quickly. That may contain air, such as, let's say, a flipped out upside down barrel that contains air or something.
I have heard of this in a legend.
Yeah, I heard of it in this legend too. That's where I got the idea. How about a container that contains some air when you put your head in it, and that kind of helps you float up once you're on the other side of the portal? Maybe a little rock or something to throw to say, "Hey, I'm okay, group. I love you." I feel like those kind of items would be good for our friend here, Bruno. See, I care for you, Bruno. I'm a good person.
Well, thank you for your concern, but I have confidence that with my ally, who is going to be one of the best in the water, then there will be no need for anything.
Fine, don't bring any air, don't bring anything to float yourself up, and don't throw anything my way to say you're okay. I don't care.
Throwing an object back is necessary.
Ah! Maribel, the voice of reason. And by reason, I mean agreeing with me.
I
All
mean,
right. Once I make it back, I'll tell you what, I'll throw back my lucky coin.
Can you show us your lucky coin so that we're sure it's not someone else throwing an unlucky coin?
Thought a shiny silver piece.
Is there anything special about this silver piece?
No. It's particularly shiny.
Fantastic.
I
Well
polish
polished.
it every night.
Okay, a well-shined silver piece. Not copper,
That's that
not gold.
squeaky noise coming from his room.
I mean, you could throw in a gold piece that's very shiny so that you could reimburse me the gold piece you owed me a long time ago.
That is already been paid back long ago. How dare
Oh,
you
you
try to double
remember! I'm sorry, I thought you forgot.
I mean, ideally, let us remember that Bruno will go through the portal, see what's on the other side, and then come back.
Are none of you coming with me?
Well, we will as soon as you show that it is safe. That would be, for example, if you went through the portal, wished us to follow, but did not want to come back to our side through the portal, you should throw the lucky coin.
Okay.
And if you die...
How about this? A silver if I want you to come, a gold piece if you should stay around. And if no coin comes back, then either materials don't go back or I'm dead.
This seems logical.
All right. You guys bed down for the night and get ready to see some mermaids in the morning. And why don't we take our break here, and we'll continue with part 2 on the other side of our break. See you guys in a
Sounds
moment.
good.
Bye-bye.